head just like I was in so much pain
Oh
because
man.
it must have hit a nerve or something. Like I was
No
in so
way.
much pain. I had this huge headache, and then I just went home and like I went to sleep for the rest of the day because I was in so much pain.
Hey everyone, welcome to another "Oh my god, that's a killer bee" kind of episode. We're the hosts. My name is MJ.
My name is Adam.
And today, everyone, we have an exciting episode for you. One that could be a little scary, depending on what kind of, phobias you have. But before we get into it, happy Friday, everyone. Hopefully you had a beautiful week. And hey, if you didn't know, you could be joining me this whole week on our Facebook private page for our Next Step community members, listening to live streams every day, getting even more English intake for your ears to improve your listening and learn in a fun way. So definitely check out the website if you'd like to join us and become a member. Thank you for everyone who is doing that so far. Okay, here we go, Adam.
All right.
Today, our topic, we're going to be talking about the Japanese hornet, Suzumebachi. Okay, everyone, this is something that anyone who is a local here in Japan, especially if you are in the inaka rural areas in the countryside, you probably have come in contact, an encounter with a Suzumebachi or a Japanese killer bee. Wu-Tang Clan, possibly, but the Japanese killer hornet is definitely the biggest and the scariest, possibly the most dangerous bee that is out there. And hey, guess what? It's all over Japan. Sometimes this hits home. And in recent days, everybody, before we started, I was just talking about this to Adam. There is some new friends in my yard. I have learned these friends are Susumebachis, I believe.
Not Susumebachis.
Not Osusume. There is an Suzumebachi though, which is like the big kind. I didn't know, but there are different kinds of Susumebachis. Yes. I know this because I've done some research, everybody, in the past few days, because I've seen these Japanese killer hornets come through. It seems like they're frequenting this one area. And I'm like, man, I can't see if there's a nest or anything, and I'm scared to go close to it. Adam, have you had any encounters with these guys?
Not as close, but a little bit close because, again, like you, I live in a little bit of a rural area. So I see them flying around. Even today, I went for a walk, and there's some small farmland, small, very small. So I'm walking, and I see one hovering around some flowers, and they probably just are eating the nectar. And then I see another one, and then I see another one. There's like three just hovering around. So that always freaks me out because I know how dangerous they are. And sometimes in front of my house as well, we have a tree, and I think that there's one that comes and like eats ants that are in the tree.
Ooh.
Because that's the only thing that I see that's there that it would want to eat.
They eat other bees too.
They eat other bees too. They devour nests and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I know
honeybees.
that there's something that's attractive for that particular bee in that area,
right in front of your house.
And then just sometimes randomly walking, I see them flying, and they'll fly like near me.
Yep.
And I get really nervous because I know how aggressive they can be. Probably more in groups than singles.
Now, everyone, I jumped on YouTube, went down the rabbit hole, and watched so many of these like professionals as well as like kind of DIY people taking care of these Suzumebachi nests. And there's so many different kinds of traps that you can lay out. You got the bottle that you pop holes in, and you put like sake and sugar in there, and then they all just go in. I've seen a few people do like mouse traps, like sticky mouse traps. Like the trick is you get one and you put it on there, and then that one sends off pheromones and calls the other ones. So they'll just one by one, they just keep on coming to this mouse trap and just getting stuck, and that's it. Okay, that's another trap. But I've seen a few people trying to take down nests. So I'm thinking of like, oh, can I do that too? Can I just take care of it? Possibly. But the thing is, like, I can't see exactly where they're going.
Right.
I can't see their house. In all the videos, you can see exactly like where it is. And like usually when people get rid of it, like you have to take away the nest too.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm like, I can't see it at all. I'm not prepared for it. There's different levels of being prepared, just wearing long sleeves, gloves, having some sort of headgear is the best way to do it. Because if they do attack, hopefully, if you have that stuff, you can stop them from stinging you quickly.
Right, right.
And if there's a bunch of them attacking you, it could get really bad real fast, where you could go to the hospital. And so I'm just looking at it, or possibly die. There's some people who have like maybe like weak hearts or something, elderly or children who could get attacked by these things, and definitely it could be fatal. So I'm like, man, I kind of really wanted to take care of this by myself. But watching these videos, like one guy was just talking all about like, this is what they do. Like, this is how they breed. And actually we see them now because from August to like October is when they like are creating their hives and they're the most active. And they're saying that in August, if you see any, that's the time to quickly like stomp them out, like get rid of the nest, because if it's like now September or moving to October, their nest is probably going to be pretty big and it grows rapidly then. And then you're going to have more trouble on your hands. So I'm watching all these videos. I'm like, oh man, oh no. And I'm like, man, I think I'm going to have to call some exterminator, some Gyosha to come and take care of it.
I would say that it's the safest route because they know what they're doing. Like if it's just regular bumblebees, I'd say maybe you could try it. Maybe you can get away with it.
Yeah.
Wasps, maybe you can get away with it.
Maybe wasps,
These are like, when I see them, I'm just afraid because of the size of them.
Yes.
They are like my thumb, about this big. You can see the details on their face, a lot of the face.
They look very angry.
They look angry.
They have like,
you can see the details, like their eyes are like this.
Yeah.
You could see their eyes.
Yeah.
When they look at you, it's like they're actually looking at you, and it feels like you're making like a connection with them sometimes. Like, who's gonna move first? Who's gonna move first? Right?
Yeah. It's
so
scary.
When I get into that situation with an insect, I stay away from trying to defend myself if they're as dangerous as those types of bees. Cockroaches get to about the same size, but all you need is a spray, and then that's it.
They're not going to attack. They're not going to try to defend. They don't have a stinger.
To run away. They don't have a stinger. They do have pheromones, but it doesn't really do anything. But these wasps, these bees, they are kind of like, I don't know, like a soldier, like a unit of army troops. Yeah. Where if one is getting attacked, then the rest will follow and attack whoever's like causing the trouble, because they all want to just protect the house, right?
Exactly.
Which is what you're trying to get rid of.
Right. And like, oh man. And it's like, I don't know how many there are. So my idea is like, oh, maybe I can like just try some of these traps to see how many I can catch. And then maybe that would give me a better gauge of like maybe how big the nest is. But it's like,
true.
Or is there the idea of just like continuing with the traps until I get all of them?
You see none of them. Yeah. I mean, you could try.
But like you were saying, I do feel like that is like the safer way to do it, because they got the equipment, they have the experience. Yeah, it's that much money, but how much money is it going to be if I got to go to the hospital? when things go south. Yeah. Because it's not like if they do, it's when they do. Because another thing I've heard is like I watched this guy a specialist who takes care of them, or who takes care of them as in like gets rid of them. The camera crew like follows him to a spot, and like they're like the owner's like, oh, there's one in the tree over there, like there's a hive growing. And then they go and they check it out, and like you see the owner be like, oh man, here it comes. And the specialist is like, don't move. Almost like Jurassic Park and the T-Rex.
Don't move. Can't see us if we don't move.
They sense you by movement. And so I'm
Right.
like, okay, I'm like, maybe I just got to go and not move. And some of the videos, now that's totally not the answer. I'm not going to be invisible like Predator or something. But I've noticed that some of these videos where people like are going up to the nests and stuff, if they don't do anything, like they're not super close, they're not touching the entrance of the nest, the bees don't do anything. They might like come check you out, but they're not going to attack. The time they attack is when you start spraying or try to start to attack pretty much the hive. And that's when they come out in droves.
That's true, but I want to say the one time I got stung like right on my head, but not a Japanese killer bee.
Yeah,
it was by maybe a hornet.
Ooh.
All I remember is I was walking and there's this pathway. This is in Canada, and I was just walking and I saw the thing just fly at my head and just like sting me. And I was like I swatted it away and kept walking, but my head just like I was in so much pain because it must have hit a nerve or something. Like I was in so much pain. I had this huge headache, and then I just went home and like I went to sleep for the rest of the day because I was in so much pain.
We'll see what happens. Probably leaning towards, I'm probably going to try to test the traps.
See how big the nest is if there's a nest there. It could just be a couple of them that are just like, oh, look,
starting the
some
nest.
nice flowers. Or starting the nest too.
They're definitely starting a nest.
Oh yeah,
like that one spot. They're coming and going, and coming and going. Man,
right supplies.
It's scary. It's scary. Yeah, right. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's today's episode, kind of a personal one. Us talking about these Japanese killer hornets, these killer bees. Let us know in the comments down below if you have any experience with these. Tell me what I should do.
Yeah. Or what he shouldn't do.
Of action. Tell me what I shouldn't do. Yeah. Because those videos are good too. I've seen a few like how not to remove a wasp nest. It's like, whoa, that guy did it the wrong way. But in any case, if you enjoy this one, if you had a laugh, learned something, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you want to join me and Adam, become our friends in the more of these English conversations we make just for all of you to enjoy and improve your English with. And we have so much stuff on our website. You can become a member, get downloads so you can listen to podcast style, watch the videos without using any of your data on the train when you're commuting. Hey, one-on-one English lessons. There's so much cool stuff. So please go check it out. We'd be very appreciated if you did.
Yes, and we're always trying to grow our other SNS channels, so please check out our Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter, where we post and comment on those channels as well.
All right, everyone, that's it. We'll see you on the next step.